welcome to RevSportz. I'm Gargi Raut, and when we're going to be talking about the race to the IPL playoffs today. When we talk about the playoffs, Gujarat Titans, RCB, and Punjab Kings have already made it. And for the final spots, it's Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals who are battling it out. But today we're going to be dissecting about the teams who have already exited from the tournament and what went wrong in their campaign. Joining me today is Shamik Chakrabarti, Debashish Sen, and Naman Suri. Let's start with our local team, a local for a lot of you, Debashish and Shamik, KKR. Now, this is, I think, one of the most controversial seasons that they have had. It started off on a somewhat sour note, but with a new captain, no Gautam Gambhir as the mentor. Shamik, what went wrong for KKR?
I think Gargi, the problem started with the at the auction table. At the auction table, what I felt, or before the auction, during the period of retention, KKR they were penny wise and pound foolish. Yeah, because there is no logic in letting go of Shreyas Iyer. That was their biggest mistake. Your captain, you had, you had a settled captain who led you to the IPL title. And now after that, what happened? You credited Gautam Gambhir, that is fine, and you sort of you undermined Shreyas's contribution a bit. But behind the scenes, if that is your public face, I don't mind. But behind the scenes, you should have written Shreyas Iyer. You don't let go of a title-winning captain. That is number one. That is, and by letting, because why did they let go of Shreyas Iyer? Because Shreyas Iyer, as we know, according to sources, the highest retention category was rupees 18 crore, and Shreyas Iyer sort of wanted a little more. Shreyas Iyer communicated to KKR hierarchy that if I put myself on the auction, then I will get a lot more than 18 crore. KKR should have broken the bank for Shreyas Iyer rather. And once again, they were penny wise, pound foolish, and they put all their eggs in one basket. Venkatesh Iyer. They forked out 23.75 crore for Venkatesh Iyer. Okay, that is fine. But then again, the handling of the Venkatesh Iyer, I can understand a player can have a lean phase during a tournament. And Venkatesh Iyer as a batsman had that lean phase. But Venkatesh Iyer, you have retained him as an all-rounder. Venkatesh Iyer not bowling a single over. Not bowling a single over, that beggared belief. Number three, the tactical indolence. Andre Russell is a case in point. For the first 7 innings, he sort of scored 70 odd runs at a strike rate of 131 when he was batting way down the order. In his last 2 innings, he scored 95 runs at a strike rate of something around 190 when he was promoted up the order. And finally, Chandrakant Pandit. Without Gautam Gambhir, Chandrakant Pandit looked a bit lost. And maybe that was the reason why they had to hurriedly bring back Abhishek Nair once he lost his Team India job. So it felt like even the management didn't have that much of confidence in the head coach. Now he is a dead man walking. It is very, very unlikely KKR will retain him. But as I said, their problem started at the auction table or before that during retention. And during the course of the tournament, that controversy over pitch, they allowed that get into their skin. Forgetting the fact, at the same Eden Gardens last year, they won 5 of their 7 matches. So they allowed that narrative was said by Ajinkya Rahane, their new captain. Dwayne Bravo, their new mentor, tried to douse the fire at every press conference it turned up. But Chandrakant Pandit, rather than dousing it, he fanned the flame. So all combined, KKR didn't deserve to be in the playoffs this time.
Devashish, there are two sides to it. One where experts think, or let's say fans even think, that KKR lost the season at the auction table. The other part is the power struggle that was going on in the dressing room. Now, you've been following KKR closely, be it Dwayne Bravo, be it Abhishek Nair, Chandrakant Pandit. What really went wrong here? Was it the fact that there was no strong head in the dressing room, or was it the fact that they, let go of a Shreyas Iyer in the auction table?
Yeah, absolutely, Gargi. And if you ask me, that comment from Harshit Rana in one of his press conferences where he said that KKR dressing room missed the trail from last season when Gautam Gambhir was there in the dressing room. And that was a big statement coming from a experienced bowler. We all know what Gautam Gambhir's contribution was last season. Means KKR looked a different unit altogether. They had only added two players in that setup last season, and they went on with the inclusion of Mitchell Stark and one more player. I'm not getting the name, but there wasn't much change in to that side from last season. Only two additions, and KKR went on to become the champions. Yes, Mitchell Stark did not fire throughout the tournament, but when it mattered the most, he 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 was the difference between the losing and the winning side. So, and compared to this season, I think I totally agree with what Shomikda said. I think KKR lost in the auction table when they did not pick a good overseas bowler. Means obviously Henrik Nokia, you pick him, but you did not give him that much of opportunity. He had hardly played 5 or 6 matches in the season, and as Spencer Johnson, means obviously you are asking too much from him. Then why did you let go of Mitchell Stark? Means obviously he has been your goal bowler who gave you the title, the third title. So I think, and clearly it's spending 23.75 crore on Venkatesh Iyer and not retaining Mitchell Stark. Means that was clearly a blunder for me. And when you look at a broader picture, I would say it's the batting and the bowling unit that failed miserably. Means at least there are some positive notes when it comes to bowling with the likes of Varun Chakravarti, Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora, but someone like a Sunil Narine, who has been instrumental in KKR's success over the years, has not looked the bowler he has been. In few of the matches, the opponent team did not give him the wicket. Means and Sunil Narine went wicketless. I clearly remember at least a couple of matches where both Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti did not pick a single wicket. So clearly there was a strategy from the opposition team, and that is where KKR missed the trick. Means they lacked that bowler who could get you the wickets, but they were totally relying on Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti. And when you have and clearly Varun Chakravarti was the pick of the one. When it comes to batting again, it was Ajinkya Rahane scoring that 375 runs from as means 12 matches. Obviously, considering that the last match was washed out in the game against RCB, and the second highest scorer is Ankush Raghuvanshi, with 286 runs. None of the batters went past 200. Yes, Sunil Narine did score 215 runs, but none of that. Means obviously when you talk about that middle order, the likes of Rinku Singh, Ramandeep Singh, and Andrew Russell, and they failed to get going. And also the opening order, means they KKR went in with a Ramanullah Gurbaz. They tried Quinton de Kock at the top, but I think it is the overall batting that let KKR down. Gargi.
Naman, let's talk about a few other franchise. Let's start with the Rajasthan Royals. Now, when we talk about this franchise, they started off on a completely wrong note. Sanju Samson hadn't recovered from his finger injury yet. He was out for 3 games, came back for 3 more, and then out again. So it's been a roller coaster ride when it comes to captaincy for Rajasthan Royals. And on the other end, nothing really ever clicked for them. What do you think went wrong for Rajasthan Royals, and do you think they ever had a chance?
Uh, like Shamik sir put it for KKR, I believe Rajasthan problems also started with the retentions and the auction table because Samson himself said that it was very difficult for him to drop, I mean, for the management to drop someone like Josh Butler and continue without him because he was someone who was giving them that boost at the top of the order. And I think he was the one who was taking the initiative till now. But with him gone, and they instead retaining Shimron Hetmeyer. I don't think that strategy panned out very well. Shomik sir is a big, is strictly against, I mean, very against Shimron Hetmeyer. The way he has performed, he has, I mean, it was abysmal to say the least. And I mean, Rajasthan believed that they could do it well. They didn't invest well in the bowlers. They were still banking on an oldie like Sandeep Sharma. Sorry, I'm saying oldie, but he has been a veteran now and he's past his prime, to be fair. This season, it was very bad from his perspective, and he also got injured in the last phase of the tournament. But yes, Jofra Archer the was also way past his prime because of the injuries that he has suffered. He came back this season, showed a bit of initiative from his side, had bowled a couple of matches good. But yeah, I mean, in the end, it was again a complete bowling failure from all round, and I think that kind of strategy didn't pan out well. The only positive for Rajasthan this season was Yashasvi Jaiswal still being in the top three despite the team being in the bottom three. So that is something that is a plus for not just for Rajasthan but also for India because he scored some 563 runs and he's in the top three of the orange cap list. So that kind of is a big plus. Then there's also Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who a 14-year-old they bought. I mean, it's still a lot of money that they have given to a 14-year-old, but he still showed what he can bring to the table and the way he brought it. I mean, against Punjab, they could have again. They failed in the chases. They weren't able to complete their chases. If they had completed, I mean, they chased off all of those 3-4 chases that they failed in the last over. I think they could still have been in the playoff hunt, but because of a strategical failure, a failure from a batting collapse. The middle order didn't work well. Rian Parag only scored a 95 only in one match. So that kind of tells you that their middle order wasn't strong enough. So that kind of just starts off from the auction table itself. Your team wasn't uh, made or developed or strategized how they wanted to. It didn't work out well. I think Dravid being a new coming back after the India stint, I think everything was a bit different. Everything was new. The dressing room was something different, was new. So that kind of, I think it'll take time for the team to collectively sit if they are going to stick with these players. So, I mean, a couple of season, I think, but this season, I think as a Rajasthan player, I mean, management, I don't think they must have had very big expectations. But yes, again, they could have been somewhere else had they been able to strategize their chases perfectly well. And I think that is where they failed miserably.
Got it. And for the final franchise of the day, we're talking about three franchises today and three of them tomorrow. So we'll divide the lives. But Shamik, finally, since I asked about Rajasthan Royals and CSK are playing them tonight in Delhi, I will be there at the game. I mean, what can you say about CSK's season this time? Because it's been bizarre. It's been bizarre. You're on mute. The
Gargi,
season has.
I have highest respect for Stephen Fleming as a coach, but I disagree with his comment yesterday at the pre-match press conference. Uh, I, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think they need to burn their playbook because if you look at their scoring pattern in power plays, they're sort of playing test cricket in power plays. First of all, auction strategy, the their proven formula. I will back the experienced players. That fell flat on its face. There is no logic behind bringing on players like Deepak Huda, Rahul Tripathi, and all. And then they realized their mistake midway into the season, and we sh- I mean, we have been witnessing now is a gradual shift. Now they have turned to youngsters, Dewald Brevis, Ayush Matre, Anshul Kamboj was there already. And at one of the press conferences, I asked um, Michael Hasi, their batting coach, whether you need to change your template. He agreed. He said, yes, we have to. We have to. But then again, CSK will have to, may not, they might not go for a radical overall, but gradually next time they will have to play modern T20 cricket. Their basic problem was that they failed to play modern T20. They were stuck. I I can understand that they are five-time IPL winners, and there was a certain template that had served them so very well over the years. It is not easy to junk it at the drop of a hat. But this season served them as a rude awakening. They will do that. And also, first of all, CSK didn't have match winning bowlers. Um, MS Dhoni, people can talk about MS Dhoni. Rituraj Gaikwad's injury was a blow mid-season. Rituraj Gaikwad's injury. MS Dhoni, I will not use the word elephant in the room because of the contributions he has for Chennai Super Kings. But MS Dhoni as a batsman, but then again, it's difficult to write him off. That six of Andre Russell came off MS Dhoni's bat, and that sort of knocked KKR out. But you have to now they will have to think that MS Dhoni will play in batches. MS Dhoni now is a luxury as far as CSK are concerned. He will captain the team, that is fine. But as a batsman, he is a luxury. Whatever he does is a bonus. Now, there will be, I hope, and I have spoken to Mr. Kashi Vishwanathan, their CEO. Um, One good thing is that they haven't pressed the panic button. Because in cricket, in any sport, there will be ups and downs. They are, they have won a lot. Now, a couple of bad seasons, they are ready to take that in their stride. They will learn from their mistakes. They didn't play good cricket. There is an acknowledgement that they didn't play good cricket, and we will see more players. Players like Dewald Brevis, the enforcers. There will be focus next term will be on the enforcers, but this time once again their auction strategy, Ruturaj Gaikwad's injury, and most importantly, an outdated brand of T20 cricket. They were done in by that.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Shomik, with that analysis there, and so did everyone else. But that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 as well, and we will dissect the other three teams left that we haven't spoken about today. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll be back, and don't forget to join us for the pre-match lives, and we'll be back at 5 of course. So don't forget to join us then, and stay tuned to RevSportz. Thank you.